Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the 2020 Art of Hope. We are here at the Jeffrey Krull Gallery at the Allen County Fort Wayne Downtown Library, hosted by Mental Health America of Northeast Indiana. I'm Jessica Hanna, this is Jessica Ryan, and we are the professional mental health trainers here at Mental Health America. So tonight, we're going to hear from Mayor Tom Henry on the importance of mental health. We're going to talk about how art and mental health have a connection. We're going to actually see the artwork that's here in the gallery, and we'll be able to see every single piece here, and then some of the artists will be speaking to us as well as to their inspiration behind each piece. So thank you.
Awesome. We have a lot of really exciting things tonight, don't we? Yes, but we want to take a moment and we want to thank our sponsors this evening that made the Art of Hope of 2020 possible. So Farmers Merchant State Bank, Physicians Health Plan Incorporated, Professional Emergency Physicians, Steel Dynamic Incorporated, Chuck and Lisa Surak and Sweetwater Sound, Whittle Strategic Accounting, Bowen Center of Fort Wayne, Byron Health Center, Health Insurance Incorporated, Katz, Sapper and Miller, Pizza Hut of Fort Wayne Incorporated, and Steppin' Up Physical Therapy. Thank you again for your generous support.
Absolutely. Thank you, Jess. Okay, so something really exciting is about to happen. Throughout the next hour, we're going to have polls. So we're going to do the first of 3 of the polls. So you have the opportunity to choose from a multiple choice and choose the best answer that fits you. So, and at the end, we will then talk about which one won, I guess, the poll. So here's the first one. You ready? Why have you joined us tonight? So some of the options are, you have art in the exhibit. You know an artist. You're here to support Mental Health America of Northeast Indiana. Or lastly, you want to have fun.
Yeah. So as we wait for the poll results, as a nonprofit, Mental Health America of Northeast Indiana relies on generous supporters just like you. Throughout this evening, we will be asking for your financial support of our mission to promote the mental and emotional health of our community by offering advocacy, education, support service, and hope. If you'd like to go ahead and get your donation out of the way, you may click on the donation link on your screen right now. Also, you'll want to claim your Art of Hope 2020 catalog right here by committing to a monthly gift of $5 or a one-time gift of $50. These proceeds all go to support Art of Hope and Mental Health America of Northeast Indiana.
Thanks, Jess. Okay, so now we're going to look at the results from the poll. Wow, this is really close. You know what won is, you guys are here to support Mental Health America. That's awesome, 42% of you. Also, people have art in the exhibit or you know an artist. Only 2% want to think it's going to look like fun, so we're going to kick it up a notch.
Yeah, I was going to say, we're going to have to make this super fun.
Yeah, right? Okay, so it's our pleasure to now introduce you to Lisa Smith, who is our Executive Director here at Mental Health America of Northeast Indiana. So here she is.
Good evening. Thank you for joining us for our second annual Art of Hope event. First, again, I just want to thank our sponsors for making tonight possible. And I also want to acknowledge our major funders who allow us to do our work and impact to the community. AWS Foundation, Community Foundation of Greater Fort Wayne, English Bonner Mitchell, Follinger Foundation, the James Foundation, the Lutheran Foundation, Parkview, and United Way of Allen County. Also, we couldn't do this amazing work without our dedicated board of directors, volunteers, and employees. Thank you. And finally, I just want to recognize our event partners, and that includes the Allen County Public Library, Access Fort Wayne, Julie Wall, The Hedge, and Lee Kelso. I can't tell you how honored we are to have such amazing art pieces here tonight at this gallery and such talented local artists who have decided to share their stories of hope and recovery. Really, that's really what tonight is about. We want to spotlight a conversation around mental health, and we thought art would be a great way to begin. We know that many times we're impacted by mental health challenges. We personally may be experiencing changes in stress, anxiety, sadness, or even a diagnosed mental health condition. But that's okay. Tonight is really about reducing the barriers that we find with stigma and opening up a dialogue around how recovery is possible. We know that everyone benefits when our families, our friends, our schools, our businesses, and our neighbors are accepting and understanding mental health conditions. And that is really where support and access to services begin. So tonight, I hope you'll enjoy our event and you'll find and discover how important art is to our community. So with my pleasure, I get to introduce Mayor Tom Henry. He has a few words that he would like to say about the importance of a mentally healthy community.
Hi, I'm Fort Wayne Mayor Tom Henry. Our citizens here in Fort Wayne realize that just as important as physical health is to our community, so is the mental health of our citizens. Mental health affects not only the well-being of our individuals, but can affect their family, their friends, and their jobs. So it's important for us to make sure that we equip all of our citizens with access to the tools in this community that are available to them, whether it's education, training, or a list of those organizations dedicated to helping those who are straining and hurting in the area of mental health. I know the Mental Health Association of Northeast Indiana has made themselves available to our community to help with symposiums, with educational programming, and support services. So for everyone in our community, we want them to know that Fort Wayne is a community that cares about our citizens. Again, not only physically, but mentally as well.
Thank you, Mayor Tom Henry. We appreciate your words of inspiration. Also, you might have heard him say Mental Health Association. Well, that used to be our previous name. But what I'm really most proud of is that our organization has been able to serve this community for more than 65 years. I want to turn it back over to Jessica and Jessica.
Great. Thank you, Lisa. And thank you, Mayor Tom Henry, for that wonderful message on mental health. We would like to do our second poll of the evening. So since March, have you taken up a new hobby or form of creative expression? Jess, have you taken up any?
I have. So I've never been much of an artist. However, I've really gotten into paint by numbers. Honestly, it's kind of addicting and I love it. So I can sit there at my table, throw my headphones in, listening to music, and it really does help me relax. And it's great. I love it. Yeah.
I know since March, I was able to pull some of my like painting stuff and drawing stuff out of the back of my closet that I haven't touched in a while. And it was really a wonderful experience to kind of bring that back out again.
Absolutely. Oh, look. The polls are still coming in.
Awesome. All right, it looks like most of you have found some new hobby or form of creative expression since March, and that's awesome. That's wonderful, because we are going to now talk about just that connection between mental health and art and why that is so valuable.
Mm-hmm.
So when we're talking about that connection between mental health and art, we want to talk about the state that art can really help with the brain. It totally immerses us in that creative activity, and we may find ourselves in what is known as the zone. It can really, it can also be described as a state of flow. And you know what? What's great about this is that it doesn't matter your ability level or your form of creative expression, that you can get to this state regardless of that.
Absolutely. And engaging with art has been found to activate different parts of your brain. So it really does help us kind of be aware of the conscious state of our thoughts and our state of mind, really without any judgment. And what I think is great about this is the ability to take maybe some of the thoughts and some of the feelings you're having and putting it into a safe place outside of your body.
Absolutely.
In a piece of art, dancing, drawing, there's so many different areas that you can create as far as art goes.
Absolutely. And one thing I love about some of the art pieces that are here tonight is there's so many different types, and none of them are the same, and they all have their unique form of expression.
Absolutely. So this is why you see on the slide, there's different forms of art, which is going to lead us into another poll. So here we are. We have a poll. What is your preferred mode of creative expression? Jess?
Well, I think I mentioned before, I pulled my paints out, and I think that's my preferred mode of creative expression, just because I feel I can, mix colors, and there's really no rules to it. But I do like singing, mostly in my car.
Yes. Sometime I'm going to witness that. So I have taken up a new creative expression, which is through the painting by numbers. However, if anyone knows me or even my family, we are dancers. So we like to throw music on and really dance. And so that is how we relax outside of work and stress and anything else.
Absolutely. And what's great is that it's not even limited to the list we have on the screen. There's so many forms of expression.
I love it. Okay, so the poll is in. It looks like 35% of you like to paint and draw. So do we all do the same thing. Writing, that is another one that's really great. And 28% of you have said writing. And I love that because it is really writing through poems or scripts or any kind of writing. So I love that. That's amazing. Thank you guys so much.
Absolutely. So now we're going to take a look at our first video. And this video features our artists and their pieces. And they're going to talk about mental health and their art and how it's expressed in those pieces that they're going to share with us.
My name is Janine Carson, and I'm an artist. And I was asked the question, how does creating art affect my state of mind? Well, I know what happens when I don't create art for sure. My threshold for stress becomes really small. Somehow making art allows my mind the opportunity to unplug from the rest of the world. I'm able to focus, to process my thoughts and my emotions better. Just the act of holding a paintbrush, loading it with paint, and pulling it across a blank canvas, it calms me. The inspiration in my art comes from the hope found in the mind's ability to recircuit around inflicted damage, and how no matter our cognitive abilities, our thoughts, positive or negative, can influence that process. I make art really as a choice. It's my choice of acting on hope and not defaulting to despair. I want to make art to do something tangible for my own mental health, but also encourage others at the same time with the message that it brings.
My name is Jake Ressler, and I make collages out of paper and sharp objects and sticky stuff. I've been doing so since about 2008. I was having a really difficult time at that point, emotionally and existentially, and was in the process of planning a move. And in order to procrastinate, I started going through some magazines. And I started taking some images out that I wanted to keep, and I put a few of them next to each other, and I realized these would go really well together. And before I knew it, I had made my first collage. And 200 collages later, I have found an incredible emotional release. It has proven to be a source of passion and angst and hope, and it's given me a means of channeling so many difficult experiences and so many magnificent perceptions, and present my ideas in ways that words just don't always feel like they can cover. Just a way to really make sense of the world around me and find a sense of balance internally. I've found it to be incredible, and it's made all the difference for me.
Creating art is very therapeutic for me. It cheers me up, settles me down, totally engages and challenges me. When I am doing my art, I am totally oblivious to all that is going on around me and the passage of time. My artwork represents mental health in that it reflects emotions and experiences that I have gone through on my own journey towards mental wellness. It shows that life isn't always sunshine and roses. It celebrates small personal victories, and it represents the transformation that can occur when one practices healthy self-care.
My name is Pam, and I am an artist, a wife, a mother, a mental health professional, and just want to talk to you a little bit about my art and what it means to me. Specifically, it makes me happy. I have been doing art all my whole life as a coping skill, not even knowing that that's actually what I was doing. Different parts of my life, I've been able to really get into it, and other times of my life, I haven't. So this is a season where I'm actually able to pursue some of my thoughts and my emotions and put them down on paper and canvas. And to think that my life had to be perfect before I could paint the perfect picture, and I'm just realizing that's really never going to happen. So I might as well just paint anyway and just see what happens. So I hope you enjoy it. Thanks.
Hi, my name's Heather Miller. So the series that I shared this year for the Art of Hope show deals with my process of recovering from the memories of a childhood sexual assault that occurred when I was 4 years old. Recently, it came back to the surface. I remembered, and I needed to retreat to my studio as part of my recovery therapy to work through and process those events. So when I am in my studio, I disconnect from the outside world very quickly because I get so deeply engaged in the work that I'm creating. I really enjoy working with a wide range of materials because I think they're fun. I know that glitter is not often associated with serious art, but I loved using it in this case because it reminded me of childhood. And every time I think of glitter, I think of my favorite art teacher from elementary school. So that was a happy connection. And those moments of discovery help me center and take me away from the thoughts that I may be swirling in the outside world, and really help me focus on the moment and stay present.
Hi, I'm Janet Robinson. When I'm crocheting my sensory products, I'm very calm, but I'm also excited because I know when I'm finished, I'm going to be able to give this item to somebody that's going to make their life better. And when I'm all done, I feel very satisfied. The sensory products that I make directly affect a person's mental health. They can entertain them, they can relieve boredom and stress and anxiety.
The effect that creating art has on my mind is that it allows me to acknowledge and express the emotions that are often difficult to deal with. My default is to suppress emotions, especially the difficult ones that I don't want to face or that are time-consuming. Art gives me an opportunity to put into a visualization those things that I'm dealing with. Particularly as a caregiver, sometimes it's really hard for me to manage those emotions, and it does allow me the opportunity to become more in touch with something beautiful and something that kind of removes me from the situation and allows me to deal with it in a little more, almost more directly than if I were to speak to a counselor. I do have therapy, but the art is far more self-reflective for me and allows me to manage that way.
Hi, my name is Casey Jankowski, and the thing that art affects with my mind is that it gets me like into the mood if I have to do like other art things, and it gets me like into like the deeper detail when I do like a drawing or something, and it relaxes me and it calms me, and it's just, I love it so much, and that's how art affects my mind.
Hello everyone, I'm Ada Dickinson, and I do artwork for a number of reasons. It helps me ground myself, and it gives me a structure and hope. And most importantly, it lets my heart talk to me. I do paper weaving, and that's what I call it. It doesn't have an official name. And I take shreds of paper like this. Some of it I work on a whole sheet of paper and then cut up into weaving pieces, and some of it is already ready-made, and some of it is just found objects, and I put it together. It connects a bunch of unrelated things, and it makes it a working object, a structure that's stronger than the small pieces. And that helps me stay grounded and strong. Thank you. And thank you for supporting the arts.
Hi, my name is Jane Vondran. I have clinical depression and 6 years ago was diagnosed with MS. My neurologist said I needed occupational therapy, which the insurance I had at the time said they wouldn't pay for. So I started art with buttons and beads to try to stimulate my hands so I would retain as much dexterity as I can. I realized that when I was working on a piece that I was so engrossed in it, it made me happy. Then people started reacting extremely well to it, and it gave me such a feeling of self-worth, which has been non-existent in my life. I get a lot of wows when I finish a work, and that makes me feel very good indeed. I don't believe my depression shows itself in my work. Doing it is an escape for me, and it makes me very happy, and that is what I believe is reflected in my work.
Well, we're here to share with you. So first I want to talk about our mission. So our mission is to promote the mental and emotional health of our community by offering advocacy, education, support services, and hope. And again, we really want to be on the prevention side to focus on that early intervention piece.
Absolutely. So some of the support services that we have are a residential Cedars Hope, and it is a program for women with severe mental illness. Guardianship program, which helps advocate for individuals who don't have the support to make those important life decisions, and our peer support and recovery, which is connecting people in recovery with individuals that are still working on getting well.
Thank you, Jess. So along with our support services, we also have trainings. So here we want to share with you, Jessica and I do our community trainings, and what's so great about that is we're able to have customized mental health training. So whether it's mental health and stigma, suicide prevention, youth mental health first aid. So we really try to reach the community. And what's so great about this is during this past 6 months, although we haven't been able to be in-person training, we have been able to use Zoom. So because of Zoom, we have reached over 3,000 people locally and actually worldwide. So we're now international trainers, which is kind of cool to say. And we also, outside of that training department, we have a schools care network. So they're working along with schools, teachers, and parents to really wrap services around and really help with the mental health piece. So with that, 15,000 people have been touched by this school care network program. And so again, what is so great and what we try to focus on the positive part of everything that's going on is virtually there's Parent Cafe, which is a group of support where you can get together on Facebook. So what's great is being able to use that platform for Mental Health America so we can still educate and really help with the mental health.
Yes. And it's been a busy and stressful year for all of us. And we hope that you and those you care about are doing well. Mental Health America of Northeast Indiana is blessed to be able to answer that growing demand for our services. And we envision a community that embraces individuals with mental health challenges, promotes recovery, and fosters wellness. So take a moment and click the link at the bottom of your screen to ensure that our community continues to receive the tools needed to support a thriving culture of positive mental health.
Thanks, Jess. Okay, so now we are going to give you the opportunity to view all of the artwork here in the gallery. So just a reminder that the gallery is open until November 15th if you'd like to come in person to see this beautiful artwork, because it is very different in person.
Yes.
It's amazing. So now you'll have the opportunity and the chance to see each piece.
Wow, I really hope that they enjoyed seeing all of these pieces of artwork. They're so unique and so many different materials were used. I really think coming down and seeing them in person is just a really great experience.
Right, and I think it's great too because everyone has their favorite piece, and being able to come in here and see it in person and really see who did it is a really great opportunity as well.
Yes.
Okay, so I want to talk about according to the National Institute on Mental Health, 1 in 5 adults suffer from a mental illness. And so mental illness can likely touch your life or any of your friends and family, but it's very close within your reach. You can help by making a difference. Please give tonight, and remember, through your donation of $50, your $50 or $5 donation a month, you can have the catalog with all the amazing artwork that you can have with you, and the catalog honestly is really great. Your support for mental health allows these artists the opportunity to share their imagination, their insights on mental health. Large or small, every gift has an impact. So, hey Jess, have you seen The Voice?
I did see The Voice.
Did you? Okay, good. All right, so if you've seen The Voice, then you might be familiar with Fort Wayne's own Addison Agen.
Yes, I am.
She got second in season 13 of The Voice, and so we are so proud to present the recording of Addison Agen singing her original composition of Lion.
name is Addison Agen, and this is Mike Gronsky. We're going to play an original song of mine called Lion, which is based off of a children's book called How to Be a Lion by Ed Veer. You should definitely check it out to get the full story. But it totally inspired me, and I related very much to it at the time, and still do. And so this is Lion. I'm a lion, too gentle to fit in, and I keep trying to show them what's within. They keep saying that I'm doing it all wrong, and I know the feeling of trying to belong. Is being fierce the only way to be strong? Do I have to roar to get any attention? Is being quiet even an option? Is there room in this world for a tender-hearted lion? I'm a friend to the ones in need. Doesn't depend on what you look like next to me. And we can talk about the world under the stars. Do you think the universe has edges? And if it does, would we fall off? Is being fierce the only way to be strong? Do I have to roar to get any attention? Is being quiet even an option? Is there room in this world for a tender-hearted lion? Of how far I've come, I'm nothing loud, but I'm equally as fun, and they can choose to like me or not, but with or without them, I'm stronger than I thought. Is being fierce the only way to be strong? Do I have to roar to get any attention? Is being quiet even an option? Is there room in this world for a tender heart? Is there room in this world for a tender-hearted lion?
Wow, that was amazing. And What's really great about that song and what's happening now and what we're all experiencing, I think we can really relate to it. And it's just, I probably have watched it a handful of times and I get choked up every single time because it is so relatable. And knowing that mental health affects people that we love and it affects the community and just everyone we're around. This is why Mental Health America is so important to the community, because we can help educate on stigma of mental health in just so many different areas.
Very powerful. And of course, just the fact that it reminds us that, hope is there for us and that recovery is possible.
Absolutely. We want to thank you for joining us this evening. We also would like to take a moment and thank our sponsors again, Farmers and Merchant State Bank, Physicians Health Plan Incorporated, Professional Emergency Physicians Incorporated, Steel Dynamics Incorporated, Chuck and Lisa Surak and Sweetwater Sound, Whittles Strategic Accounting, Bowen Center Fort Wayne, Byron Health Center, Health Insurance Incorporated, Katz, Sapper and Miller, Pizza Hut of Fort Wayne Incorporated, and Steppin' Up Physical Therapy. Thank you for sponsoring this 2020 Art of Hope.
They certainly made it possible for us tonight.
Absolutely.
And also we want to thank anyone who has donated to our organization, and that makes a difference for everyone in our community. So thank you. Also, we just want a brief shout out to our event partners. So Allen County Public Library, Access Fort Wayne, of course, Addison Agen, all of our artists. So yes, thank you for sharing your story and your beautiful art pieces. Julie Wall and The Hedge, Mayor Tom Henry, and of course, our two Jessicas. So thank you for your willingness to host tonight.
And don't forget, November 15th will be the last time you can come view all of these beautiful pieces of art. So
absolutely. And if you're interested on viewing tonight again, a recording will be made available.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you. Good night.
I'm a lion, too gentle to fit in, and I keep trying to show them what's within. They keep saying that I'm doing it all wrong, and I know the feeling of trying to belong. Is being fierce the only way to be strong? Do I have to roar to get any attention? Is being quiet even an option? Is there room in this world for a tender-hearted lion? I'm a friend to the ones in need. Doesn't depend on what you look like next to me. And we can talk about the world under the stars. Do you think the universe has edges? And if it does, would we fall off? Is being fierce the only way to be strong? Do I have to roar to get any attention? Is being quiet even an option? Is there room in this world for a tender-hearted lion? Right. Is being fierce the only way to be strong? Do I have to roar to get any attention? Is being quiet even an option? Is there room in this world for attention?